Our band of adventurers, the Talaria, are making their way to an area near the cobbles to hide curs, with the intent to then head to Port Honor in order to figure out, one, a disguise, and two, how best next to proceed on your adventure. After leaving the Mirage, you began heading southward, avoiding most of the roads the best that you could. You found the odd mystery while you were making your way southward, running into a body that had seemingly long since died in the river, and decided to give it a decent enough burial. Through a bit of luck in finding some trails that helped hasten your journey, you ended up running into Olivia, who you were meaning to meet in Port Honor itself. You discussed with her the potential options and had came up with an initial plan on how to proceed, escorting her for part of the day, and then separating elsewhere when the various spells that kept curs hidden were beginning to wear off. Your next full day of travel had ended with a confession between Aki and Mev, with the cost being seemingly some rations from the various wildlife. But ultimately, your next day ended with you turning around an attempted ambush by a bunch of gnolls, leaving several of you bloodied, but ultimately still standing. The exception being Mevalaire, who, after being struck by a madness-inducing flail, fell to the ground, seemingly lost in hallucinations. And in the immediate aftermath of the fight, that is where we left off. So, at this point, all the gnolls are dead. It's only been, at most, a handful of seconds, up to a minute, since your combat encounter had ended. What is it that is happening or that you wish to do?
As when we left off, Aki was. How is Mev lying on the ground, or is she like sitting? What's she doing physically?
You're holding her.
I know, but I'm trying to think of how. Yeah. So, okay. By trying to think. Yeah. So Aki's kind of like, hot like. Is like trying to like hold her in his arms, and is in a hushed, almost like matching the whispery tone that Mev is saying. He's almost like we're trying to, like he's almost like repeating the same mantra but with slight variations, saying things like what saying things like what you're seeing isn't real. You're here with us. Feel the grass beneath you. Feel the wind blowing through your hair. Smell the smell of the soil and the and the acridness of blood. Hear my voice and know it as
Hear, feel, think. I'm sorry.
We play that game way too much.
Yeah.
And he's basically trying to repeat the same like these same like sort of variations on the theme of like this is who you are, this is where you are, this is what's real, this this is what is concrete, and it seems like that is, despite kind of the carnage happening around him and the last like death throes of the gnolls and everyone sort of licking their wounds, that seems to be all that Aki's focused on, is this almost like trance-like mantra that he's trying to repeat and instill into Mev.
Alright.
Thing is taking no effect.
I'm just checking something. What does everyone else do while I'm looking?
I would like to loot the gnolls.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
And full 20 would open Havelock's thing. We're starting strong, man. You said investigation, yeah?
Investigation of 6. Alright. I mean, at the very least, you're able to get a hold of their weapons. The 3 flails, the glaive, the longbows, and the swords. So in total, you have gotten 1 glaive, 3 flails, 4 longbows, and 3 swords.
Are those flails including the ones that the wizardy shamany one used?
Those flails are the ones that the wizardly shamany thing
Like
used.
madness flail and everything.
Yeah.
Can I have that written down in the chat so I can quickly move things over?
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hold on. I want to check something. Is Aki too enwrapped in trying to help Mev? To notice what what everyone else is doing.
That's up to you.
You're playing the character.
I know, but I'm trying to think how focused he would be. No,
Roll
Aki
perception.
Yeah, perception.
Decide.
That's a good idea, actually.
I would say, yeah, I was gonna say perception disadvantage, but I mean, being Aki.
Insane.
For God's sake, Aki, yeah.
I love
You
how
want...
you're mad about that.
I know, but it's just like sometimes I like things to be like, I like there to be almost some tension of there's some things Aki doesn't know. But it's just like, no, he sees everything.
He sees all.
Like literally, you can tell someone's on their period just by the twinkle of their eyes. Like,
Fucking.
what's
He's
sake?
a druid and he's a fucking dragon marked orc. I don't know what to tell you.
I know. It's just funny. So Aki go. So Aki's saying. So Aki's still repeating his mantra, and he's sort of saying like, he sort of goes like, Mevela, please come back to us, come home, and then Aki kind of like looks up briefly, sees Havelock rifling through the possessions of the last knoll, and Aki says, "What in all that is sacred and profane do you think you're doing, Havelock?"
Gathering loot. What does it look like?
I see you're trying to claim the vile instruments of pain. Those vile instruments of pain as yourself, for yourself.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Oh dear.
If you wish to keep the Null's weapons, I will not stop you, except those flails must be destroyed.
I mean, no, we can use them. What's your problem?
Yeah, and Aki sort of looks up to him, looks back at Mev, and then looks back to him, and you can see there's like tears forming in his eyes, and then he snaps and goes, "This is my fucking problem. Have a look. Something that causes this much misery and pain does not bear to exist, let alone in my presence or in anyone's presence, even the gods."
Alright, Aki. One, you're fucking losing it. Don't you yell at me. And 2, you can't fix what's going on with her. She's gonna go through it whether you like it or not.
Right. Let's say someone used a wooden club to break your leg. Would you and you would never be able to walk properly again, always hobbling upon it, never having sure footing again. Would you like for every morning of your life to wake up and see that club that crippled you to be looking back to you as the first thing you see every day?
You're just so fucking dumb today, Aki. It's fine. It's a fucking weapon. We can sell it in town, do something with it. We can chuck it into the fucking sea if we want to.
Have a look. You do not understand. Weapons are meant to... Weapons, they protect. They have a use. They, fundamentally, in the right hands, can be used for good. These things can be only used to commit evil and pain. I will not have it in the Talaria, and that is and that is the final word of it.
Okay, so do you want us to just leave it in the fucking grass for some random ass man to find?
No. No, the
Do
full...
you want us to leave these weapons with these dead Knoll?
Take the
Anyone
weapons,
can come
burn...
across them.
Take the weapons, burn the flail.
Do you even know if burning it will do anything? Do you?
I don't care as long as it's gone from this world. It's better than keeping it as a trophy for you to potentially lose or sell, and for this to happen again. Please have a look. Please. I consider you a friend and a confidant. Do this one thing for me, this one favor. Do not bring this with us.
Kindling's raising his hand. Oh my god.
Havelock's gonna completely ignore Aki and turn to Kindling. What is it, my friend?
What? Oh, 5 seconds, that's all it took.
Listen, I don't know. You made this man realize he's not actually gay. I don't know what to tell
Oh god. Your stuff is still very louded.
For God's sake.
Please turn it down some more.
I like to imagine that capitalized SH is him accidentally hissing. See? Kindling's pretty fucking smart. You're panicking. He's thinking.
Yeah. See Aki's face? He is looking a fucking mix of emotions. I mean, you can roll insight to see how well you pick up on them.
Aye, let's see if I can get a nat 1 today. 5.
Okay. Ooh, fun. Havelock, you can tell Aki is pissed. Something has really riled up Aki. But apart from... Something's really riled up Aki, and he is getting fed up with you. Kindling, you see it a bit more deeper. You see Aki is...
he almost reminds you of someone in grief at this point. And he has, it's sort of like a mixture of sort of tempered fury and sort of and like and sort of and sorrow, essentially. But you can sort of also tell that he's trying to pull back and trying to go back to the normal, like, kind of cool-headed, sort of mild-mannered Aki. But he's trying to, but he's finding it harder than ever. And Aki says, "Fine. If Olivia is still close by, we delivered the weapons to her. And then she gives us her word that she is not going to experiment them or use them for her own ends, or somehow use them as part of her aim of defeating Izalith or whatever. She destroys them. She makes them inert. She makes them no better than the average flail you could buy for a handful of gold at a farmer's provisioners."
Tom,
Yes.
would you like me to roll normal or disadvantage for my wisdom save?
I would say dealer's choice on that one. I'll let you decide.
Okay.
What do you think is more thematic for Mev in this current state?
I think because part of the hallucination that was caused by the gnolls went away, I will roll normal. Seven.
Love 7.
Alright. Mev is not out of it.
Flip.
Can you also just roll a straight d20 for me each?
Oh boy. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
9. What's happening?
I think I'll wait. I like how this current thread's going at the moment. I don't want to block it.
Don't want to interrupt it, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll
Alright.
we'll backtrack on that before Mev recovers, basically.
Yep.
It's your first failed death save, Mev.
Is Brad quiet for anyone else?
He's a little quiet, but it's
He's
fine.
a
I can
little
hear him.
quiet, but I can hear him, yeah.
Oh, to me, he's really fucking quiet.
You gotta turn him up to 200.
I have, and he's still really quiet.
My sexy voice up.
So you can see, yeah. So Aki, reading body language. Aki, now coming to this agreement. You see him slightly, like, ever so slightly, kind of like declench, and goes, "Right then, we have a plan. Let's just get everything cleaned up." And Aki will pick up Mev, and in his big beefy brutish boy arms, and
Big beefy brutish boy.
and will essentially, like, it's not a fireman's carry when someone's, like, slung over the shoulder.
Yeah, it's a fireman's carry.
Yeah, and then essentially like pick up Mev and, like, and sort of like look at her, then bring her, bring his forehead close to hers, close his eyes, and do, like, a big sigh, and then put her into, like, a fireman's carry position, and go, "Right, how's everyone else feeling? Any wounds for me to take care of? Any bad injuries? Anything I should know?"
I'm fine enough.
Curse?
Don't worry about me.
Well, like,
Finland, I'm gonna slap you for.
What, Anna?
Kindling's gonna get slapped for a good level 2 healing.
Ah. Oh, you're using a whole spell slot?
He's a friend.
Jesus.
have a look. How are you faring?
I'm fine.
Insight.
Insight.
How fine is he?
Cooking.
Can I get like a general read on him as well to see how he's acting since his and Aki's spat?
Oh.
Roll for it.
Fucking yeet. Fuck.
Oh my god, you could have done so much better. Get good.
Skill issue.
How dare you roll so badly? Oh my god.
Seriously, my KD ratio is so bad these days.
Havelock is looking more than a little annoyed with Aki right now. He's not really talking to him. He's mostly paying attention to Kindling because he's not paying too much attention to Mev.
Okay. And how injured does he look?
Numbers wise, he's okay. Looks wise, he's okay.
Looks wise, Havelock's more than okay.
Havelock's looking better than okay. He's bloody.
Sir.
Oh.
Yeah. Havelock's fine, but he's also damn fine.
I would like to claim that arrow that is in my foot as part of my own.
Sure.
Thank you.
Aki will throw you a Havelock. Aki will throw you a bomb of the summer court, just to be nice.
Denied. I do not want your healing.
Can you deny it?
Can you deny it?
I mean,
No, it's up to me. It's up to the creature I choose. Yeah, it just says I choose a creature, not a willing creature.
Ah.
yeah.
You feel better.
Take your healing and you'll like it.
Get fucking healed,
Yeah.
punk.
Yes.
Alright, what's my fucking healing?
It's just like it's just like there you go. Your boobies are gone. Now stop fucking sulking.
Oh my god.
No, he doesn't.
I'm
say
sorry,
that.
what did you say?
Boo boos.
Boo-boos.
He didn't say that.
Okay.
I
He said
know.
boo-boos.
I know what you were thinking. I thought I
did
heard it
too.
too, but
What did you think I said? I'm sorry, X, if I'm not going to be cancelled.
Don't make me laugh so hard, I'm gonna get a headache.
Yeah, and so and Aki says, here, have a look, something for the pain, and a bit of sort of like picks, a bit of sort of like fire-looking fairy dust comes towards you, and so one plus one, and then 1 temporary hit point, baby. So you get 3 normal, 1 temporary hit point.
This implies that you can heal like an undead, which would hurt it, and they don't have to like do a DC.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
well, it's kind of like
Yeah.
magic missile. It doesn't do a whole lot, but it can't stop it.
Yeah. James says you choose one. So this is what it says. As a bonus action, you choose one creature you can see within 120 feet of you, and you spend a number of those dice equal to half your druid level or less. Roll the spent dice and add them together. The target regains a number of hit points equal to the total. Target also gains 1 temporary hit point per die spent.
I'd say the temporary hit point won't even happen if it was on an undead.
Well, Just wait until you get heal, Ed.
I heard heal's supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah, it fucking heals people for 70 hit points exactly.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
Yeah. Though it does say the spell has no effect on constructs or undead. Either way, there's got to be someone allergic to healing besides undead.
It would be so funny if it's just like you hit someone with heal and they say like, "Hey, can you like flick me in the eye or something?" Yeah, sure. Just so they can take like 1 hit point down.
Wow.
Anyway, so and then how does kindling look? Okay, cool. Kindling, you get a bomb of the summer court as well, buddy. So you're gonna take your fucking take your fucking medicine, man. There you go. You get 5 and 1 normal. You're welcome, you ingrates. Jesus Christ.
Everyone's so ungrateful.
Oh, and then I'm guessing with her on my back, I'm guessing, and also with how close Aki was to Mev, I'm guessing Mev is pretty fucked up looking as well, despite the fact outside of,
You actually healed her before.
Oh, great. Okay.
She's still a little battered and bruised, but she, for the most part, is good. She's just, she is catatonic and still whispering.
Can I hear the whispers? Because if she's like, if I have her like literally like fireman's carry on my shoulders, I should be able to hear her whispers.
You do, but they are in a language that I don't think you understand.
What's the language?
What's the language?
Yeah.
It is Quarry.
No. He doesn't know. He doesn't know Quarry.
Kindling knows.
Kindling, you bet.
Actually, Kindling doesn't speak Quarry, but he'd recognize it.
Okay. Is that how is that the sort of thing like how in Terry Pratchett cats can see the color of magic?
Mev had a conversation with Kindling about Quarry.
Fair enough.
You don't know that, but
I don't know that.
player-wise.
I mean, I do know that, and we in the business call that dramatic irony.
Yep.
Yeah. So Aki is trying to pick up while doing this. Trying to see if he can make any sense of the whispers.
You know, actually, Tom.
Yes.
Because of Aki's history, can I have him roll history?
Sorry,
history?
What was that you said? I didn't hear because
of Aki's like backstory and everything and his class, can I have him roll history?
I would say yes, but probably with disadvantage.
Okay. Go ahead, Aki.
I'm saying boo ones. Okay. 13.
13.
I got a +5. Aki went to school.
Would you say that he at least knows or recognizes this language?
He hasn't heard it himself. He's heard this. I would say, Aki, you've heard like the briefest of descriptions, as Quarry is kind of a dead language.
Do I know anything about Quarry outside of it just being a dead language?
You know, there's not a whole lot of history, at least in Naza, about the people who spoke the language. You know that those people are rare, which is one of the reasons why it's a dead language. Just trying to think, just based on the 13. You don't quite... You basically know that it exists, that they're were civilizations in the past, but even then they were a rarity.
Okay.
And any that either were or are in NASA didn't originate from NASA.
Oh, okay, cool. Fun. Okay. So this is kind of just like, if I found someone who was speaking like, like Hittite or like basically like an old, like a crazy old language. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Aki goes. Yeah. So Aki's trying to pick it up and goes like, right. Yeah, I think it's while Aki sort of trying to tend to Mev, he does sort of think like, just that language is long since passed from the world. Curious. And Aki and what time of day is it, Tom?
It is
I
approaching
believe it was
evening.
like evening.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
I
sun
feel
has.
bad. I know. I have 2 fucking characters that speak Cory. Not intentional.
Yeah. Aki says, right, everyone. The light above is rapidly fading. Take what you will, and we need to keep moving.
Oh my god.
All right.
Also,
So
wait. I'm guessing I hear and see the fact that they're trying to like prepare and fillet goddamn gnolls for dinner.
see, probably not. Here, I mean, your passive perception. Are they? Yeah, I was gonna say, like, he only say he doesn't think he's been particularly stealthy.
Okay. Also, yeah. So like. Yeah. So when Aki says right, take what you will, and then we need to get going. But that doesn't include a hind shank of a gnoll that we're going to be spit roasting over an open fire for dinner. It was assaulting to the senses last time we had it. Let's not have a repeat.
You are not contractually obligated to tell me what to do. Fuck off. And third, you said take what we wanted.
Aki does actually like go like. Aki like try to remember like, but you signed the contract, didn't you? And Aki goes, oh wait, no, that was. I cannot remember the contracts. An executive of the contract cannot stop a clause E of the contract from an action in except for cases of endangerment of their lives or others. So I guess harvesting gnoll meat doesn't fall under that.
It only falls under it if we leave you to the cooking. Come on, Kindling.
Can I at least ask that you don't put any in my food?
No.
Remember, Kindling, that lawyers don't exist in the Republic.
Let's
They
just try to
only exist on pirate ships.
It's palatable. Kindling, have a look. What sort of herbs do you think would pair nicely with roasted and stewed gnoll? Okay. Curly or flathead?
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, there's multiple kinds of parsley.
Are you guys setting up camp here?
And Aki says, oh, right, easily enough, and he will use Druidcraft to basically make a few sprigs of flathead parsley appear, and go, there you go. Should liven it up a bit, brighten the flavors, make it at least swallowable. Swallowable.
No, they're not that. Well, they're all gristle. There's no oil or fat about, is there?
That
Anyway,
was an out of character comment, Ed.
anyway, sorry. I, I think Meveler's voices might be contagious. No, it's not my bedtime yet.
Jesus.
No, I just want to be with my friends. I know it's forbidden, but please.
Oh my god, we are sipping something today.
No, those are jokes. Aki's not doing that.
Does
Aki,
not change my statement.
yeah, Knolls are gonna be gross, eh? Which I think is why you got to stew them low and slow, and like you got to really draw out the flavors because they can be quite like sort of subtle and they're really good, like sort of shredded or like but yeah, they need a lot. They're like almost like all like hot like hindquarters of a cow kind of gristly taste. Yeah, so you got to be really careful with them. Yeah. So Aki says, there. Right. Do we do anything with the bodies? I think pile them up, burn them, leave nothing for the crows.
Do it. Destroy them. Rip them.
Oh my god.
Kindling.
You're just gonna pummel them? Okay.
Tenderize the meat.
Fucking paste.
Aki goes like, but there's plenty of dry brush and twigs and trees around. We could just set a pie, a very simple pie. That's all they need.
You don't need to roll because they're dead.
It's a crit either way.
But we could see the damage.
I say you don't need to. Look, I already feel I lost control of this session about 10 minutes ago, so you do you. Right, so what's happening? You say don't camp here? Are you moving along still?
No, I don't want. I want. No, we need to find. We need to find Olivia and deliver those vile things to her immediately.
So you're just gonna keep moving the psychotic child that we have. You're gonna take her out of the last place that she was before she went bonkers. That doesn't sound very smart,
Child.
Aki.
Yeah, Aki does kind of make a bit of a face when you say child, and goes, I suppose perhaps a change of scenery might be alarming when she comes to eventually.
Listen, if we just go a little left to here, go down the ridge and a little left, we can set up camp next to that water, the little puddle thing, and it'll be okay.
We'll have to keep an eye out for wolves then.
That's fine.
Yes, that'll be okay. Look, we can deal with a few wolves, can't we? They scary, as in just pop the biggest one on the nose and they'll scamper, don't they?
I could shoot them. Oh, fuck! Kenley, get the sheep!
Yes. Have a look if you wouldn't mind. I'll take the flowers, please.
I'm sorry, you'll take the what?
I'll take the flails, please.
No.
Have a look, I'm not asking.
I'm still refusing.
At least give me the one. At least give me the one for the madness, the one that caused this.
I don't know the distinction between them, but they're just gonna stay in my bag. They're fine.
Well, give them to me, and I'll see if I can make out the distinction.
No. Fuck you. Not after the way you were yelling at me. You don't get to hold them.
And yet you do. The most reckless, foolhardy member of the group, the one the most susceptible to using in the possible allure of their powers.
Exactly.
So you agree? You're the last person who should have them.
No. I agree. I'm the best person that should have them.
So you
Next
agree?
person
You think you're
should-
pretty?
Oh, for God's sakes. Give me the flails, I'll sort it.
No!
You'll get them back. I'm just making sure they can't be used. Not easily, anyway.
Fine. Take them.
Alright, Fur just
Right.
takes the flails and just sort of like begins walking towards where you guys would decide to set up camp.
Aki just go, maybe Dragonfire could do the trick.
Can't breathe fire yet.
Well, what if you sort of set... Okay, never mind.
See, this is why you don't get to have it. We're gonna wake up in the middle of the night and we're gonna have magical backlash because you threw it in a fucking campfire.
Alright,
Have a look. You must understand. You must understand. I am not angry at you. I'm angry at the situation and what those vile things did.
And yet
So-
you're still raising your fucking voice at me, and I don't like that, Aki. I'll fight you if you want that, if that'll get you to calm the fuck down.
Fine. Be the petulant child who doesn't want to be divorced from his new toy. I will set up camp, keep an eye out, keep the watchers, pray that Mev's condition improves, and then in the morning we will see if we can track down Olivia and get rid of those things. Do we have an agreement?
And you're not to touch them at all.
And neither are you.
What do you think, I'm gonna fucking use them on you?
No, I think you'll hide them, and then sell them to the highest bidder you find in Port Honor, some ne'er-do-well, some miscreant, some sadist wielder of villainy. This thing has inflicted more pain more pain and more harm than is needed in this world. I don't want it having any more.
I don't think I've ever met someone so dramatic in my entire fucking life, Aki. It hurt one person, and that was Mev, who is already usually teetering on the edge of most things. So of course, it's gonna make her tip. But she'll be fine. She'll be fine, because that's what she always does. She'll deal with it, she'll come back, she'll smile, and that's all we're gonna get out of it. So calm the fuck down before I make you fight me. Okay? Can I do an intimidation check?
You don't have to. Aki says... Alright, fine, you've made your point. It's just... I don't like seeing anyone, frankly, anyone in a condition like this, and I do not wish to suffer the presence of the things that cause it. But fine, I apologize for raising my voice and treating you with anger and disdain. Just, I'm sorry. I think a rest and some solitude might do me some good.
Havelock looks like he's about to say something else to you, but he's just gonna turn and walk away, going over towards the water.
Can I insight that hesitation?
You can.
And just sort of his general sort of change in demeanor during when Aki was apologizing.
Yes.
Again, oh, I'm on disadvantage. 14.
When Aki started to apologize, Havelock looked angrier.
Aki's going to
Being
look.
reassured, that's important.
Okay. Okay, Aki's going to. Yeah, just let him walk back towards the water. Aki's going to have another look at the corpses of the corpses of the gnolls, specifically the one who had the flail, and see if he notices anything.
Well, the gnoll with the flail is paste after what the bears did to him.
Oh, I forgot about the pasting. So in that case,
all you see is just pulverized flesh and broken bones.
okay. Yeah, Aki is just going to, in that case, take basically, with everyone heading back towards the thing just next to where they were, Aki's going to take Mev from off his shoulders and then just sort of like just sit cross-legged by himself, just like looking towards the ground and muttering to himself with Mev next to him. As the others walk off to the pond.
I see.
I'm just going to take some time alone. Well, with Mev.
Alright. Speaking of which, any sign of Mev recovering there?
Well, I rolled that 9. I did not get an answer of anything.
Yeah, no.
Is that going to come up after I recover?
Potentially.
Alright.
I was just checking if you were going to do another roll or anything at all.
I'm thinking. How long has it been since my last roll?
So I would say that first roll was maybe about a minute or so after, and I assume this argument would have taken 10 to 30 minutes.
Okay. I will say, yeah, I'll do another roll. Doesn't happen immediately after the fight. She does come to, but
okay, another d20 roll for me.
Oh god.
Okay.
Fucking Monday, bro. Monday.
I'm scared.
So. Okay. Fur kind of... She takes the bow, but she still puts it to the side. She's more focused on what she's doing currently, which is... You can see she's got a hunting knife out, and it's sort of like hacking away at the wooden handles of the flail. You can sort of see she's already got the heads of the flail like sort of wrapped up around each other.
So, do you mind if I have the non-magical flails?
I don't know which ones are magical or not.
Okay, well, when you figure it out, I'd like the non-magical ones. If I can.
I literally don't know which one.
Ah, fuck. Alright.
Do you know who'd be able to tell?
Silence.
Silence, grumpy child. Go sit in your timeout corner or you're gonna get the fucking water.
That sounds quite refreshing. Can you do that, please?
Sure. Starts to waterboard him.
Oh my god.
Let me just quickly check. Can Fur check if so? No, she can't check if anything's magical or not. Not in her repertoire.
She could at least do an Arcana check.
That is true.
Everyone starts doing Arcana checks. They want to be the one that knows.
Okay.
Oops, nearly had it on advantage. Let's see. No, she's got no idea.
Amazing.
You don't have to let me do it, but I want to see what he would roll.
Not much better. Well, actually, not just as bad, pretty much.
In fact, worse.
In fact, worse, yes. For as you know, apparently 7 is lower than 8.
Ah, but did you hear that? 7, 8, 9?
So, Kindling, you were gonna go talk to Fur?
Yeah, so... I mean, Fur is practically right next to you, so... What you doing, Kinley?
Please, have flashbacks. You can't interfere, man.
She sort of indicates the 3 flails that are just at, like, in front of her. One of which she's holding the handle of. I mean, I don't care which one, if I'm honest with you. They're all bad.
Kindling's gonna hit himself. Yep.
God's sake.
You're serious?
Kindling could not take it.
I just need to quickly check something. Because flails are weird weapons.
Spring.
Okay, the martial weapons. I don't know if there's proficient in martial weapons. Oh, she is. That's a surprise. Okay, yeah. So she just quickly undoes the what she's done so
Undoes.
far. Takes the 3 flails. Looking at them, they've got like battle damage on them, but they just look like regular old flails. And so she picks up the first one, and And sort of looks you up and down, and I guess she's gonna do an attack with you with one of them. So that would be...
I don't think she has to roll for attack. Because Kinley's gonna let her.
It's more for fun. Because she's never used a flail before. No, that would hit. Okay, so you get you watch as the flail sort of like heads towards you. It sort of hits you in your side. You sort of like lean over from it, just so it sort of hits a nerve. You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
This is gonna take a while.
Well, anything? Drops that one. Swings the second. This is a few times. I'm also rolling in case she accidentally gets a nat 20. So, second one, you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage. Yeah, I mean, you feel the flail hitting you, but you don't feel any other adverse effects. What do you mean not working?
Have you been hit with the last one?
I think he's only got hit with the flail of madness.
No. Did you get hit 3 times? I thought you only got hit twice so far.
Ah, got hit with 2 of them.
Something on your face. It was pain.
I just saw you update your Discord status too, Peach.
Yep. Yeah, I think Kinley hasn't been hit by the third one, right? Ah. I see. Then that means Fur has to hit him with the last one.
Oh, should we go with the third one?
Gonna rage.
Okay. Okay. You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage, reduced down to 5.
This is so dumb. I love it.
First to the full. Apologies. Is the lightning.
Okay, I guess I'll just leave them as is for now. She sort of places the flails down and just quickly grabs a rope from a bag. I was gonna tie them up so that they couldn't be used, but if we're gonna be using them again, Yeah, like you can get your flails back.
Hooray. I will happily take back the flails.
Okay. The flails are currently tied up by rope.
I think kindling, that's the nicest thing anyone's said about Havelock.
So, eventually, night begins to fall. Any sign of Mev recovering?
$19.
Alright, and another d20 for me.
Oh boy.
Okay. Can you roll a d4 for me?
Huh.
Concern.
Alrighty. So, yeah. My dice tower, no. So. Mev, during this entire time, you have been seeing almost like a rapid slideshow of various images. It's like, you know in Toy Story 2 when Ham's rapidly changing the channel?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. Where you get like a few sparks here and there. You see the gold fields temporarily. You see a ship. You see a village. You see creatures approaching. You also see that things which you do remember. The night before you arrived in tow, the battle with Lara and Lanarch, various memories that you do and do not remember melding in. Visions that you don't know is yours and which aren't. But you sort of begin to notice, even with your mind as is, you start to notice several become more and more prominent. And those more prominent ones that seem to appear more and more, a few of them disappear. Actually, would you rather this be in the secret chat or here?
Secret chat.
I think secret, and then I can react accordingly.
I've got a secret.
Okay.
Don't forget to drag Brad in there so he can find out what's happening.
Actually, no, Bradley.
Go ahead.
How was it?
Do you want to know the same plan that we all do?
Where am I going?
Do you want the mystery or do you
Are
want
you
to
gonna
know?
go into secret chats with me?
I want the mystery.
You want the mystery?
Okay.
So I guess it's just me and Peach going in then.
It's just us.
Okay,
Let's
dokie.
go.
Have fun, you crazy.
Alrighty.
Ah, fuck me. Alright.
I'll give you some time to write that down in your notes.
Holy shit. I have it written down. I was writing the whole time you were talking.
Okie
Oh my god.
dokie. Well,
Oh god.
I will give you a few. I will head back to the session chat. Join when you've gotten your bearings.
Alright, give me just a second.
Into it?
Hello, I'm back.
It was fucking amazing. It was fucking amazing. I loved the food there. The place was terrible, but I loved the food there. The chefs were great. Like, everything was great about that place except for the boss and the place itself.
Oh, was the place just kind of a bit grimy and run down, or?
It was a little bit like, it wasn't like run down necessarily, but they had a really bad organizational system, and they wouldn't let me change it.
Oh, one of them. Okay.
Okay. So,
We were talking about pasta.
Nice.
Alright.
So,
Paige?
So, is Aki still by Mev?
Yes, he is.
Um,
In fact,
Mev...
when you come to, Aki's still sort of talking to himself and looking sort of very insular and despondent.
Mev has been, she's been kind of laying there for a while. The whispers haven't really stopped, but all of a sudden there is a as her body basically comes back to her, almost like she's been snapped to.
Yeah. At seeing this, Aki kind of like snaps awake and goes, Mevela, it's fine. I'm here. It's a priest.
Where am I?
You're only a few feet from where you fell. Everyone else is camped a few yards away, but we didn't want to move you too far in case a shock of waking up in an unknown environment could have had a negative effect. You're here. You're with friends. You're with the Talaria. You're with me. Havelock kindling fire occurs. You're on Karmora.
Mev sits up.
Just
and
north on
her hand immediately like clutches the medallion around her neck as she looks around.
Yeah. Aki says, "Don't worry. I don't know how much. I don't know, but before your submersion, you remember. But the gnolls are gone. Everyone's safe. Evening has fallen. You're okay."
She looks to Aki. I'm Uncle Mordek.
Yes. What year is it, Tom? What's the date?
I need to re-find it. I didn't transfer that into my Evernotes. Whoops. I'm sure someone will beat me to it, but if not, we'll get to it. It's a race.
It is 1450 Allure,
Damn it.
739 AT. After Pterodont.
Yeah.
Get fucked.
Pterodon's using NASA, isn't it?
NASA Rendansor.
Yep.
Okay, so what was the Pterodon date again?
739.
Okay. Yes. You're on Karmora, on the planet of on the land on the celestial sphere of Karmora. It's 739 years after Pterodon. I can't remember what that is in Allure, but
She stares at you, still very tightly clutching her medallion.
and Aki just goes, "Your name is Mevela Gatlin. You're the daughter of Camilla Gatlin, captain of the Nymphs Needle."
Her face kind of cinches.
Can I roll insight?
You can, but there are kind of tears forming in Mev's eyes. Um,
24, Jesus.
Mev, as you're telling her where she is and who she is and everything else, looks more and more upset. Like, as though this isn't where she's supposed to be.
Okay, and Aki reads sort of the tears in Mevela's face and goes, I no, don't worry, everything's fine. I don't know, I don't know where you were, but I only know where you are right now. You seem to have been speaking quarries. It's an old dead language, so you were far away and long ago.
No, she shakes her head.
I-
I think I was home.
Who's home?
Mine. I think I saw my parents.
What's your name?
I don't have that answer. She shakes her head. Never. I just think I saw something from my past.
Through the eyes of someone who lived it. What did it look like? Could you pick out any features? What were the landmarks? What was the smell in the air? What can you remember? Just
I need time.
yes, yes, yes. Of course. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Yes.
She finally moves her hand and goes to kind of fix her clothes, feel her face, touch her hair. Is everyone else okay?
Yes. A little bit banged up and tense, but yes, everyone's fine. You were the one. I believe you were the one who took the hardest knockout there.
Yeah, Mev looks quite upset at that.
At which bit in particular?
That she was the one that went down. She was the issue.
And like Aki says, no. But again, I can't remember. I don't. Not that I can't remember. I'm unaware of what you remember, but you saved our lives.
She shakes her head. I knew this would happen. I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry for something you have no control over? Would you curse a tree for dropping a fruit and it bumping your head and causing a bruise?
She sneers a little because it could get you all killed.
And yet it didn't.
Not yet. She stands up.
And yet you know what. And yet never let you know what tomorrow brings.
She looks at him like she doesn't quite understand the question.
You act as if there's a finality to the fact that who you are and what you are will be a detriment. Yet there isn't. Yet that is not. Yet that is far from a certainty. It's.
I know I don't like the chance. She cleans herself up, not really letting Aki talk. She goes to the group. You can choose to follow her.
Aki is looking sort of very sort of forlorn. He still sort of sits down. He sort of like he sort of like goes onto his knees, sort of like runs his hands through his face and hair. There's a big sigh, and then we'll follow Medler.
Yeah. Mev walks up to the group. I'm guessing she approaches during this conversation.
It's out of character, I think. There's no
Fucking-
speech bubble. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she approaches and kind of stands across the campfire. I'm very sorry. She bows her head.
Bert doesn't say anything, she just stands up, walks to you, and just gives you a hug.
Yeah, she will hug her back. I started. She doesn't quite know how to explain it. I started seeing things during the fight. It put you all in danger. I shadows at first, but then it became my own visions. She looks at Havelock. Gonna insight him. He's being rather casual.
Ooh.
Wow.
Havelock is busy tending to food, but he does give you a nice smile.
Yeah, Mev swallows and definitely notices that she's fucking thirsty. She was just in a fight, didn't get to drink anything after, has basically been laying there talking to herself for hours.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
gonna hand her the entire fucking jug.
Wow. She'll fill up her water skin. Thank you.
No,
I-
Mevalaire. Just drink straight from the jug. It's fine.
I don't feel like drowning myself.
Drink.
She takes a sip from the jug. Then she's gonna switch to her water skin and start chugging. You're all fine, right?
I've had worse.
Yeah, he looks to Havelock kindling fire.
I mean, I'm fine. You should probably check on Aki, though. He's all fucked.
I mean, I'm still here, so...
Mev raises a brow at Havelock, turns to look at Aki. What happened?
Concerning
You
what?
want to be your knight in shining armor.
Yeah, her brow goes higher. What does that mean?
It means I wish to see you safe, secure, and with as little shock or trauma from when you woke as possible.
Mev looks to Havelock
I tried to keep you safe.
for an answer.
Havelock is looking pissed.
Great.
You notice the little eyebrow twitching, glaring at Aki as he continues to talk.
What did he do? She's asking Havelock that.
He thinks it's fine to go and yell at some of us because he's panicking. And tries to demand us give him fucking weapons.
You're oversimplifying the case, Havelock. But yes, I did raise my voice. And as much as as much as it pains me to admit it, I did let my emotions take advantage. And as
What
I
about
Havelock, how about you
both tiptoeing around this?
Havelock, how about you tell Mevelair what caused Mevelair to enter her state?
I was not around for that part, but apparently you got hit by this magical fucking flare. Flare?
Flail.
Flail. Magical fucking flail.
Fucking flail.
I
She
was
got
going to
flail.
hold on to it. And Aki decides to start screaming and shouting about how weapons can be used for good in the right hands, and we need to burn this thing because it's caused so much damage to people in the world. Acting as if it's destroyed every single person in the party, not just taken a hit or a toll on you. I mean, kindling hit me, but I don't know if that's because of the flail or because he just wanted to hit me.
So just
Okay, it was
over
mostly the flail. That's fine.
for sort of raise the hand.
Yeah, Mev
Mm.
looks to her.
You nearly got me and Kurz too.
Mev shakes her head. Where are they?
Havelock has them.
Together
Around
with Havelock.
Yeah. Mev thinks about this and then turns to Aki. She stares at him for a little bit, the gears kind of turning in her head.
You see Aki almost look a little bit like a scalded dog. But there is remorse in his eyes.
It wasn't about what the flails could do, was it? It was about me.
Yes. And it was about making sure that what happened to you doesn't happen to anyone else again.
She shakes her head.
And I didn't want an instrument like this in this party's presence. That's it. That's the entire case, the long and short of it. I just wanted them gone.
You're being a pretentious fuckwad.
When am I not?
She
Who I am.
bites her cheek as though holding back a laugh because this is serious. You should have said it was about me than pretending that you were concerned by some sort of good or evil bullshit.
I am concerned.
But also, and she raises a hand before you try to talk back to her. Starting a fight with people of our group about this just tells them that you don't trust them. You don't trust Havelock to take care of it? Be capable? What does that say?
It makes me out to be an unworthy cur who doesn't belong to be anywhere near this voyage.
Don't be so
Havelock.
dramatic.
Havelock speaks up as they're talking. He pretty much did just call me evil.
She shakes her head. Tells Havelock that he isn't trusted and that he can't trust you. That you two aren't companions. A crew. Have some fucking faith in each other. Have you even apologized to him about all of this?
Yes,
She looks to Havelock.
almost immediately as I said it.
He did. I had to bitch at him about it, though.
Do you forgive him?
No. But I ain't gonna drag it out. This is between you and him.
Fair.
Well,
She turns back to Aki. We should speak privately.
Aki just sort of gives a very solemn nod.
She goes to Havelock first and sets a hand on his arm. Thank you. You didn't do anything wrong.
He's gonna put his hand on hers and look up at her. Permission to do something stupid.
As long as it's not hurting anyone.
He's gonna yank her into his lap and give her a hug.
She is definitely surprised, but will hug him back. She just whispers, I miss you, you know.
I miss you too. You know, red's a really good color on you, and he just kind of like plays with her ruby earring. Their matching earring.
Yeah. A smile comes to her. Perhaps we'll need to have our own conversation soon.
Do we have to?
I feel
could
like
just
we
duke it
still
out
have
like
a
we
couple
usually
of
do.
things to address, Havelock. I'm not going to let Aki run. I'm not going to let you run.
False. You're short. You can't catch me.
She shakes her head
That was
and
low.
breaks the hug.
Hey, I wasn't done here.
I have other things to do. We can hug more later.
He's gonna quickly pull her in for one last hug, press a little smooch to the top of her head, and then lets her go. We'll have dinner ready soon.
Right. Thank you.
By the way, tomorrow we're having Noel.
Oh, jeez. She shakes her head and she gets up and kind of just like pats Fur's shoulder. Looks to Kinling. No problems? Well, I'm glad this wasn't a three-way argument. And she just kind of taps the bell on him. Is it a bad face? Can I insight it, I guess? No, you're embarrassing. Alright. Yeah, then Mev finally reaches Aki. Come on. She will head a ways away.
And yeah, a couple of paces behind Mev, but like not close, but like a couple of paces behind. Aki sort of follows quite sort of meekly with squared shoulders.
Yeah. She eventually stops like a ways away when she's sure that other people can't really hear them. She turns back to Aki, arms crossed.
Aki struggles to meet her gaze. I'm sure you probably have quite a lot of ammunition for a thorough scolding right now, Mevla.
Once gave it away.
Well, everything. I knew I had transgressed as soon as I did it. Once the mist had cleared.
Sounds a little bit like you doubled down, considering that you weren't even willing to give me a truthful and detailed explanation of what happened after.
I know. But trust me, the source comes from shame and bullheadedness.
At least you can admit that.
I'm sorry, Mevla. I'm sorry for driving a wedge in the group and letting my emotions run away. I'm sorry.
It's not really me that you have to be sorry to. You
I know.
fucked up.
I know I did. And I just need to find an opportunity to make amends with Havelock, I know.
Havelock is the type to hold grudges. It's going to be a little while before you can make up for something like that.
I know, but with a man like that, I always assume that you have to give him more reasons to like you than more reasons for him not to. So I need to work on giving him more reasons to be agreeable.
Maybe you should just fucking trust him, treat him better. You always act like he's some conniving little rat. And Havelock notices. Would you really want to be companions with someone who treats you like that?
No. In an objective world, no, I wouldn't. But on the converse, he has. I wouldn't say he's done too much to earn the trust either.
I don't disagree. Havelock. I hate to say it this way, but think of it like this. Havelock is a blade. You're either going to have it pointed at you, or you can wield it.
Or it can be kept in its scabbard.
Never used and wasted?
Exactly. Never drawn in anger, only in necessity.
I'm saying that Havelock has his uses. You
I see.
might see them as criminal, violent, perhaps even unnecessary, but he is necessary.
I'm sure he'll. And I know he's necessary. This Talaria would be a shadow without him. But
And for you to be able to use him to his full capacity and have him want to be here, you have to give a little to get a little.
right. So essentially, I have to be the one to make the first move. I have to place my trust so he will do it in kind.
That's just kind of how it is with Havelock.
Understood.
But not just Havelock that you kind of fucked with. Having a conflict like this breaks groups.
I know.
And you're supposed to be the leader.
I know. I'm sorry, Mevalab, but for all that I present, you are much more adept at facade constructing and emotion constricting than I am.
You wanted to help me, right? When I get like that?
I did, yes.
That's how
I
you
don't-
help me.
Okay, I know.
If
I
I
was-
can't be there, you need to be.
But how can I help? But how can I help you as an individual? As I suppose a multitude.
She takes a breath. You delegate me to someone else.
And you wouldn't see that as some form of rejection, a fobbing off, a kind of as seeing your well-being and your safety and your comfort as being slipping down my order of priority.
No, because I'm giving you this priority. Your priority is going to be the group, making sure that everyone is okay and stays together. You can give me to Havelock. He will keep me safe. He got a fucking animal before, anyone got close to me.
And you don't think I would?
I think that it's not where your talents lie. Where I need you to be.
Right. My talents stay out of Lion, staying out of the way, essentially.
That's not what I said. You're... I don't know how I've gotten to this point. Being... God. I'm the fucking captain. Fuck me. She turns away, just like runs a hand through her hair.
Mevela, please. You're not. While you were out, I was the one who was trying to keep people together to make sure that we had a purpose and a plan for tonight.
She turns. You were bumbling around like an idiot, yelling at your crew. You were panicking, didn't know what your place was, and was barking like a rabid dog trying to protect me under the guise of some sort of pretension.
Like you. So you think that? Well, so you think that I shouldn't make any act to protect you or see your situation at any given time improved?
I'm giving you a fucking direction, Aki. You didn't know where to go, you were unprepared. No one was prepared for this, and frankly, it's my fault. I didn't talk to anyone about this. I'm telling you now what needs to happen. You need to lead the group. You need to give me to Havelock for some sort of safety. If we are in battle, that is what needs to happen. It's really not your fault. It's mine. I'm not saying this to hurt your fucking feelings. It's just what happened.
I know it's. I'll admit, crisis control is not one of my strong suits, and I cracked.
I know.
And as I'm sure you've seen in the time together, my confidence and my wherewithal and my reasons to stand and have a voice have grown, and I hope, despite this, you have faith that they will continue to grow.
Of course I have faith in you. I never said I didn't.
I know, but this... I just don't wish this instance become a black spot against my record. Or against, or become a festering wound hidden under layers of skin that will eventually cause the hobbling of a mighty beast.
You're afraid that I'm going to change how I see you.
Not just
This
you.
is going to color it.
I'm fearful not just of your shift in perception.
She nods. It's
And-
definitely what you're most concerned about, though.
Well, I mean, we had one of the big questions you and I need to answer is what exactly are we? And I suppose at the moment in time where I saw you drop and I heard the whisper and I heard you whispering and muttering in a long dead language, I I assumed the role of protector and guardian. I guess I didn't know what else to do. I panicked. All right. I I let gut instinct take over, and every ounce of my being said, "Protect Mevele. Make sure she's okay." And I know I should have thought instead of acted. I know that I should have my impulsiveness should have been tempered. I know, and it shan't happen. It shan't happen again.
Breathe. She relaxes her arms and goes towards you.
Aki almost kind of starts almost like impulsively, or kind of like almost like instinctively, almost starts almost like slightly bracing himself. Like you see, it's like twinging his muscles as you get closer.
Yeah, she very gently touches your face. Look at me.
Aki kind of like moves his head up to you, but then he still to point to you, but he holds it for like a split second or two, but he still struggles to hold it consistently. You'll get your gaze.
She gives you a very affectionate smile. I don't know what we are yet. But I'm not mad at you for caring. I'm not even really mad. This isn't going to ruin things. This can be fixed. You just need to not strain yourself out so much.
I know. I didn't want to see you in pain. I didn't want the thing that caused it in my presence. I was trying to help.
I know, but realistically, that fucking flail is a fraction of the cause. All it did was tip me over. It could have happened in any other scenario. If I'm with you all, this is going to happen again.
I'm sure it is. So, I suppose there should be some kind of protocol for when.
I just gave you the fucking protocol, didn't I? She looks amused.
Oh yes, you did give him to give you to Havelock and pray he can keep you safe. Yes.
I mean, he can move faster than fucking anyone.
That is true, but I could also put you on the back of a hawk and have you travel across the sea.
You're going to put me on a hawk across the sea.
Okay, that was
sounds like a wonderful idea.
That was pure hyperbole. I'm sorry. Look, it was an active shallow brinkmanship, and I'm sorry. I meant, and also that no, that wasn't a slight on your stature. I meant, I clearly meant a giant hawk of some description.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I feel that comment you will not let me live down than having a spat with Havelock.
Probably not. Jeez. You.
I know my moronic tendencies know no bounds. I know.
Okay. She moves her hand and just kind of sets it on your chest.
You can feel Aki's heartbeat. And it's sort of like you can feel it sort of it starts off sort of just above like regular like sitting resting beats, but then as you sort of put it on there you can sort of feel it get a little bit faster.
So you ask, what are we?
Oh yes. Well, specific. Well, I don't know if we can answer that, but I was just trying to figure out who I was to you and you are to me. Is that fair?
You're someone that I care deeply about, and I want to be able to say you're my partner romantically.
Yet what stops you?
Time, really. We both reciprocate, but we haven't really done a sort of trial run.
A trial run? To what? So we're infatuated but not admitting it in case somehow the infatuation fades?
I think we're a little past that point. It's more, what is it? We're casual. Not completely official, but getting there.
So we're an item, but aloof and blasé about it. We don't make a great selling card. Essentially, is what you're saying. We sort of act fast and loose and say, yes, we fancy each other. What about it? I'm just living my life. That sort of thing, right?
I mean, I would. Something tells me that you're a little bit more serious, though.
Well, I don't know. I'd assume we were at the exchanging love poetry portion. And Aki does crack a smile because he like I'm joking, obviously.
I don't take it as I don't want to be serious. It's just me not jumping the shark.
Oh, right. So testing the depth before taking the plunge.
Exactly. Is that okay?
Rather than leaving it to the fates and sleep.
She watches you. If you have a different opinion, I don't mind.
Well, I think secrecy and keeping things hidden and in a way lying to ourselves in the way that we act around other people has a possibility to end badly, or has a possibility to cause offense, breed distrust, or essentially taking off the wound bit by bit, sort of taking out a stitching one a week instead of just ripping them all out in one flow.
You want to tell people. You want to be open with it.
I don't see the point in misleading or underselling who we are and what we feel. Well, apart from, I guess. You know how you talked earlier about you wish for me not to cause a rift in the group?
Yes, and this would certainly do that.
Exactly, because I believe the bats in the caves and the moles in the ground know that Havelock has deep feelings for you. And Havelock potentially already sees me at odds and someone unworthy and disagreeable. Suddenly claiming the affections of his companion would assure that.
Yeah, it would.
And then I don't think Curs and Fur I can't get a read on. I'm sure they wouldn't have a reason for...
Oh, Curs knows.
What do you mean Curs knows? What do you mean Curs knows? I'm confiding in the dragon.
She
Let me tell
she moves and like looks away.
Mevela, what did I say about the effects of hiding things and mistruths and living lies, Mevela?
It isn't hiding things. Curtis has been a good companion to me. He's taken up being a confidant. And sometimes that leads to conversations about you.
Okay, alright. And I'm sure it was... So, just... You're chatting idly by and then you just suddenly let slip. Man, I really want to take that hard fork boy and take him around the back of the hay shed. Is that basically what happened?
Mev bites her lip.
You're not
It
denying.
is a little more than that, but
You're not denying it, Gatlin.
listen, Aventore.
You pronounced it quite well, actually. Well done.
He has been an unfortunate victim of me.
Wait, that's how you see people, you confiding in people and revealing your true intentions. You see that as something that is burdensome and that some people would regret experiencing.
A little bit. This isn't what this is about. We were talking about Havelock.
We can bend around and meet this bridge at another time then. Yes, I suppose there is a rather looming bulwark of a rather moody, skinny pirate who doesn't believe in shirts.
I will talk to Havelock about this.
In a way that isn't going to end up with me being catapulted using abominable force halfway across the continent?
No, I couldn't. I can't promise that, but...
You could maybe say that would be a bad idea.
I think I could quell him. He.
I suppose as much as a glass of water can quell a forest fire.
Am I the water or the fire?
Which one would you prefer?
She smiles. Just. I don't mind being public, but we should handle Havoc delicately.
Alright. Is there anyone else you're concerned with? Kindling, perhaps?
Why would I be concerned about kindling?
I don't know. I suppose you wouldn't be. I suppose in the same way that no, you've never seen him sort of try to steal a glance from you or try to make any kind of insinuations.
Kindling?
Well, no, I'm just being I'm just being safe, Mevela. I've already got a concern about causing a sundering of the group. I need to make sure that
He
that
gets
every goal
embarrassed when I
getting
tease
right.
him, but other than that, I mean, who doesn't get embarrassed when I tease them?
Right. So he won't feel the need to sink his claws into my flesh.
I mean, who knows? He could be interested in you.
You see Aki's face like drop, and he goes a bit pale, and he goes, "I barely know the lad. Can't imagine he being exactly tender."
Mev thinks about it. He'd do about the same amount of damage with his claws as I would.
Yes, but I tell you one thing he can't do. He can't do that. You can. His hair's shorter. Oh my, my word! Could you imagine? Kindling, but his entire body is coated in fur as thick and dense and lengthy as yours.
He'd look like one of those what are they? They're these big dogs with really, really long coats. I don't remember the name, but
I think I know the kind. They were rather fetching in certain circles back in the day.
oh, he'd look like a yeti.
Still, I suppose we could do a good job using him as some sort of ogre, scary boogeyman to scare children into being good.
No, that's just mean.
Yes, that is it. No, I imagine no one wants to have that be their legacy. I'm sorry. So Aki kind of just like looks up back towards the camera and goes, I'm sorry, Kindling.
Okay.
He said that at the volume we were speaking normally.
So.
Right. So, do we have any kind? Okay, so we have a game plan from when you depart. But what about the here and now? Just keep everything boxed up, only to be revealed in private and cherishable times.
For now, but you won't have to sit too long.
All that concerns me, though, is perhaps they may they may almost certainly read my overreaction while you were catatonic as me having a great deal more feelings for you than I would have if we were simply friends.
Oh
So
yeah, you kind of spelled that out.
I'm sorry. I should have contained myself, but I suppose the proverbial cat out of the metaphorical bag. Still, I suppose I could brush it under the carpet if I say, well, if any of you fell in battle like that, I would have reacted the same. And
No, you wouldn't have. They know.
well, I could try at least to smokescreen it slightly, even if the smokescreen's more of a light drizzle.
You could just be truthful.
But you just told me you didn't want me to be truthful.
That's not what I said. I said that.
You said you wanted to be casual and not tell people, and now you said don't. But now you just told me to tell people.
You misunderstand.
I imagine I do. Yes.
For one, I didn't say that you couldn't tell people. I just said that we should be careful about how we do it.
All right.
And two, you don't necessarily have to blurt out, that we are a thing before I tell Havelock. You can just say that you care about me.
I know, but won't they pick up very swiftly where just exactly how high you stand in the hierarchy?
Probably, but I don't think there's much that you can really do about that.
Yes.
Plus, it doesn't necessarily mean we're together. It means that you, She looks him up and down.
You do see a look of slight panic in Aki's eyes. What?
It means that you, how do I say it?
You can be unkind, Magla.
Have like described it as some sort of knight.
Like some sort of a knight errant, like in the old stories, sort of gallivanting off and completing quests in the name of his fair maiden.
I think
That's
he meant it quite negatively.
Oh, as in
stepping where you don't belong.
as if saying, I will smite you, mighty dragon, while all the dragon is doing is having a delicious little tea party with his other dragon friend.
More like he's having a tea party with the maiden in question, and the maiden's like, I don't like you.
Okay.
At least that's kind of how they probably perceive it.
Alright. I mean, I'm thankful that maiden isn't you, but okay.
You can present it how you want, but they're probably going to have that interpretation until we sort out Havelock.
I agree. Okay. So I think that should probably be how to do it. I think we tend to Havelock, make sure he's in a better place than he is, mend the rift between him and I, or prevent the rift from fully forming. And then I guess we start planning the debutante's ball.
She thinks about that. Isn't that the party for like it's like a big birthday party.
Well, it's not exactly a birthday party. Those were separate events. No, a debutante's ball was more where, in social circles, it was large get-togethers where young people of that set would sometimes meet other people of that young set and couple up, and if there were any engagements or any relationships formed, they would be announced, and there would be a cause for celebration of, oh, young love, and oh, they found each other, kindred spirits, all that sort of.
It's an arranged marriage birthday party.
Only some of them were planned beforehand. Not all of them. I mean, if there was...
Mm.
Also, I'm sorry, but I can't exactly imagine my parents and your parents meeting together in some sort of function room and hashing out a prenup between us.
Mev grins. You think there isn't a contract for me?
Well, I mean, there's probably a contract for you alive or dead, but not for but not for your hand in marriage.
You think pirates don't do freaking dowries and shit?
Well, I'm sure they do, but wait, do they?
They
Well,
do.
I suppose you would need to form alliances and have exchangements of properties and have and set sort of parameters to a wedding, make sure to a relationship and what happens if there's any fallout. I suppose I'm. I really just sort of think maybe the people I knew at home and your people might have more in common than not.
They'll still fucking hate each other.
Well, yes, of course. Well, like everything, it's always the small things that cause the greatest rift. You know, a trickling stream causes a mighty gorge, after all.
Can't believe we're talking about the marriage.
Yes, we're rather rushing into things. Didn't he tell you once to take things casual?
We can have a casual conversation about what would happen.
Okay, well in that case, where would you like our dream retirement home? Would you like to be on the coast, open a small farm somewhere, a village shop perhaps, say?
Retirement? Bah!
What do you mean? You think you're going to be marauding and pillaging your way around the great seas, well into your dotage?
I think I'm going to see every bit of the world I can.
And knowing you, Mevela, you'll be finished with that by tea time.
You're going to join me, right?
If you have me, and if you could, and if there's room in the accommodation.
She smiles and
Aki sort of wryly smiling as well.
she gives you a quick kiss. She's gonna head back to the group.
Hold on. Aki says, Aki stands it back up and says, "Oh, Mevelo, one more thing."
Mm-hmm.
He draws you in for a longer kiss, and Aki says, "There you go. That's a proper send off."
Why, thank you.
There's always one freely available if that's your want. And Aki says, well, on your way, Mevela, I'm sure people are probably concerned and doting after you. I'm sure that isn't just me doing that.
You are going to sit here?
I fancy a spot of fresh air. But I'll be back shortly. You go ahead with that. I'll catch up.
All right. Yeah. I'll insight, but she's still gonna go.
Okay, go ahead. 15. Okay. Aki looks sort of content. Yeah, he looks sort of just like a bit peaceful, a lot more peaceful and sort of relaxed than he was beforehand. But there's still sort of a bit of an air of almost like conflict and a bit of like unsuredness as well.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that might be just the bounds, just a little possible hint of that is the bounds you get on 15. the little hint of like, oh, he seems happy and relaxed, but could be. Is there a little small other something? There usually is with Aki, but
Yeah, there usually fucking is.
but you can't quite place it outside of just like he's happy and maybe something else.
All right, go back to the group. What are these fuckers doing?
Oh yeah, you need to fix this shit, whatever they're doing.
Fucking.
Hold on, I've got a lot of human bones in my bag. You're not making human stock. What the fuck? Sorry, because I often don't read these because I'm too wrapped up in trying not to fuck up Aki stuff.
Yeah, I stopped for a minute reading it, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, Mev, you can handle these two crazy kids on your own.
Fucking. All right. No, have luck. Fucking. If Havelock's gonna BRB, break time.
I was about to say, like, are we feeling good time for a small 10-minute break?
Holy shit! Yeah.
Kidoki, 10-minute break it is.
This is a fucking talking session. We're not gonna get anything done.
No.
Come back to whatever the fuck this conversation is.
Mm-hmm.
Mev's just gonna kind of raise her brow. What the fuck are you two on about?
We're bonding. And Havelock's gonna continue to pet Kindling on the back.
Yeah, she looks between them. All right. Are you two almost done with dinner?
Maybe. Kindling needed to resharpen his claws.
Uh-huh.
Now he's got a bone for that. Look it, he's got a bone.
Well... Yeah, she just looks between you two. Havelock. Do you want to have that conversation now, or do you want to wait?
Kindling, do you think you'll be okay? Right. We need to be together for the ending stages. We should wait.
Mev stares at Havelock. Her
Havelock.
expression hardens a little bit.
Havelock
Do you think you'll be fine? It's nothing major, Havelock.
Havelock's just gonna lean in, grab Kindling by his scruff, and whisper into his ear. Next time, fucking back me up.
With friends like these.
You're gonna do great, Kindling. And just pat him on the head as he gets up to go have that talk with Mev.
Fucking Mev woke up and was like, I'm gonna get shit done. Alright. And she takes you aside, like, actually the opposite direction of where she took Aki. Because, I mean, Aki's still there for one, and also, like, just keeping distance between them.
Gonna stop the war.
Yeah. She yeah, feels like high school. I mean, most of us do have teen at the end of our age.
That's true.
So-
What do you do? Uh-oh, who did we lose?
Ed.
Damn it, Ed.
There we go. There he is. Yep, it's just 23. So Mev leans up against a tree, arms behind her back. So
Havelock take a seat in front of her.
do you have anything you want to say?
Glad to have you back.
That's something. I was hoping for an apology.
I ain't apologizing for Aki.
Not asking you to apologize for Aki. You did nothing wrong in that situation.
Then what do you want an apology for, Mav?
She bites her cheek. I was hoping that you were sorry for what happened between us. Anna?
Hello? Is my mic working?
It is,
There we go. What were you saying?
Begrudgingly, Havelock said, "Of course I am." Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, she frowns a little. What does that mean?
It means I fucked up with you. You're the person I don't want to fuck up with.
You haven't really talked to me in all this time.
Honestly, didn't think you'd want to be around me. I mean, you've been fine with everyone else in the party so far. Let you have their fun with them. Not in that way. Not in that way.
Yeah, Mev's face kind of sinks. I was waiting for you.
But why? Like, genuinely. Why?
Because I hoped that you cared enough to do something about it.
Do what? Just like drag you away from everyone?
Could have had a conversation with me.
He swallows and looks away. I'm not good with these conversations. I'd rather risk the chance of just not saying something than saying something and fucking it up even worse. I got a track record with that, you know?
Can't be any worse than Aki.
Not true. I could actually lash out and hurt someone.
You did.
Could make them bleed, or worse. Could explode their head in a little bit of magic. Woo!
Stop, please. I know you aren't good at these things. I just was hoping that you would get past that for me.
I just want to get back to being friends.
You think I don't? Being my friend, actually being my friend, is having these hard conversations.
I suppose.
I never cared if you were good at the Tavlok. I just cared if you tried.
Mev, I really don't like the way Aki acted.
I don't either. It was inappropriate, and he shouldn't have treated you like that.
I don't even give a shit about the way he treated me. I don't like how he was acting about you. I can be just as possessive as the next person, but that was too far.
I feel like you would have been worse in his shoes.
I'm the one who had to tell him we don't need to fucking move you when you're not there mentally. He wanted to get you into the next town or whatever the fuck.
Yes, I talked to him about that. Not specifically about that, but about how to handle things like this.
Because Mev, you told me to just leave you the fuck alone when these things happen.
She nods. I haven't really told anyone else that long. No one else was prepared.
Yeah, no one else was prepared, but I was leaving you alone. And he has the fucking gall to sit there and question me about it.
He can't read your mind. It isn't any of your faults. I should have prepared you all.
If he does this kind of shit again, I'm taking him down.
At least do it when we're out of a battle.
Yeah, when we're out of a battle.
I told him what to do. if something like that happens again. And you're going to have a new job if you accept it.
Is this one actually gonna pay us? He hasn't paid us in a while. If he wants to act like our leader, he's gotta pay us.
We know damn well at this point Aki isn't the leader. But it won't exactly pay, but it's important to me.
Will it make you smile?
If you do a good job.
Darling, that's all you had to say. What's the job?
When something like that happens, it's going to be your responsibility to take care of me. Chris can deal with the others, but you specifically would be taking care of me.
One of Havelock's hand slaps his thigh. Finally, someone gives me an actual fucking responsibility.
It's quite an important one.
I've kept you alive so far. And he's gonna pat her on the thigh, giving her 7 lay on hands.
Oh, she needed that too. Thank you. But she smiles a little. That's why I gave you the job.
Oh, I grabbed something for you too.
For me?
Yeah, for you.
Okay.
He's gonna give her the glaive that he picked up and one of the longbows.
You know I'm a terrible shot, right?
Yeah, I know. But maybe we can practice together and try and mend some bonds by shooting some trees and birds.
Alright, but I might shoot you.
Oh, please do. Please do. You know, I got shot in the foot in that fight. I've never been shot in the foot before.
Are you alright?
Yes.
Alright. She shakes her head. I should probably tell you something, though, before we get too comfortable.
Hold on. Hold on 1 second, Havelock says, taking out one of his
Look.
couple of flasks that he has. Hold on. And he's just gonna chug it. Okay.
Well, tell me what you really think.
You're telling me that you have to say something important, and that is very scary, and I need some liquid courage.
There is a reason why Aki was behaving that way.
Because he can't handle fucking stress outside of a paper cut?
That too. He's grown quite fond of me.
As everyone tends to.
I've grown quite fond of him. Insight immediately. Oh god. No.
He's continuing to talk with you, which is a good sign with Havelock.
Oh,
Alright, how so?
we. I have decided to try something with him. It's not serious right now. In fact, it was very recently decided.
Okay. What kind of something?
She inhaled. A relationship of sorts. Of the romantic variety.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
I'm glad you're pursuing what makes you feel happy.
Mm-hmm.
This does not make him immune to being killed should he act like a possessive fucking dog again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll support you in your choices.
I can hear your teeth grinding.
Not my teeth. I'm
Your
smiling.
spirit.
Mev, I'm gonna support you.
You're allowed to ask questions. And be honest about how you feel.
Havelock just holds out his hand. You can see his fingers are... Not just his fingers. His arm is fucking trembling. He is tense. I give you my word not to murder.
Mm-hmm.
I will not interfere. Unless you ask.
Mm-hmm.
But if he steps one toe out of line, he will not be able to identify a body.
Alright. She kneels down by Havelock. How do you feel?
Do not ask that. Just take the hand, accept the deal.
She takes his hand.
With all of his restraint, he is going to gently shake her hand.
You know I still care about you, right?
I know you do. And I care about you. That's why I just made that promise to you.
He really is nice.
Havelock just tilts his head, raising his eyebrows.
He may not have shown it today, but
Today, every fucking time he speaks about our kind of people. I'm surprised he hasn't said shit about kindling yet. Has he said shit about kindling I haven't heard of? He better not.
not that I
that.
recognize. She thinks back to the Yeti conversation, but I I know how he talks about us. I recognize that how he talks is that I'm very much the exception and not the rule.
And that's
But
gonna have to change. You know
I-
that.
I know. You think I'd allow him to be in any sort of relationship with me if I didn't think it was possible?
I mean, you
I'm
kinda
not
said
having
that.
someone demean my culture like that.
You stick around me, I could be pretty stupid. I could be pretty mean.
You're part of it.
Just saying. Is Mev still close to Havelock?
She's right next to him.
Okay. He's gonna drag her back into his lap for a hug, and he's gonna smack her with another. He's gonna smack her with a cure wounds
Alright.
because
Yeah, she lets him.
I'm using the harness divine power thing, so
Mhm.
bonus action touch holy prayer. Expand one spell slot, the level of which can be no higher than half your proficiency bonus, rounded up. So I think it would just be a level 1 if he's at proficiency 3.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You get 8 healing and a hug.
Nice. Yeah, she lets him, and looks up at him. You know I know what I'm doing.
I am exactly 1 year older than you, and I am going to still act like you are a baby.
Even though you're a bigger baby.
I can't help your jeans are so fucking short.
You see her jaw like kind of clench, but she smiles and lets it go. You were practically in tears talking about how he said you were evil.
Yeah, because I need to get even more pissed at him. I mean, come on. Am I evil? Truly.
Purely. She smiles.
Oh, my heart is wounded.
You are the second person today to do that. She shakes her head.
Havelock just snaps back to her. Excuse me?
You and Aki, you both make fun of my accent.
Well, yeah, it's cute. It kind of pisses you off.
It
It's fun.
does. She tisks. And besides, I was angry enough at Aki once I learned what happened.
Yeah, I know, but
Took
take the blame
everything
from
in
over
me
it.
to react rationally.
He fucking sat there and insinuated that I would be tempted by the power of this maddening flail to use it on you guys.
Yeah, he's kind of a fucking idiot.
I know, but I don't attack my crew. It's fucking stupid. Stupider than stupid.
She just rubs her temple. I know, and I yelled at him.
Did you yell at him in a way you're sweet with someone, or did you yell at him in the way you yell it? There's a big fucking difference here, Mevalair.
She looks away. I think it was a little bit of both.
I'm gonna insight the fuck out of you. Do I get advantage? 'Cause I know you.
She's being pretty obvious. Go ahead.
I almost hit intimidation. Oh.
Oh yeah, Mev was definitely sweet on Aki.
Havelock's just gonna get really close, like one eye open, staring into her eyes, cheek pressed right up against her. Fuck are you saying, Mev?
I scolded him. You just didn't see his face. He was already kicked down.
Good. Kick him worse. He fucked up. He needs to learn that.
He knows that. I could get that across without beating him down.
Mev,
Yes.
I'm doing this because I love you.
Mm-hmm.
He gives her a smack upside the head.
Oh! Rude.
Sometimes you have to be tough for someone to fucking learn. You think
I
I'd
am
still be living
plenty
if
tough.
I didn't learn?
I am the toughest out of anyone here. And that's a fact.
Bullshit. Kindling can take more hits.
She scoffs. I've beaten Kindling's ass before.
Yeah, you have. He's also soft for you.
What do you mean? No, he's not.
That cat fucking purrs so much when you are around.
He's a little bit more affectionate. He feels more comfortable with me. Mev looks at Havelock like,
Havelock is not smiling anymore. He is very serious now. Just like I said, Matt.
You're joking.
I don't know. I haven't asked him, but like I told you before, he steps out of line again, I will take him down. After the fight, I will
I'm
take him down.
wondering what your line is.
He tries to be protective of you like that again, take his shit out on us when it's not our issue.
Just don't murder him.
I'm not gonna make a promise I can't keep.
Then be able to bring him back.
Dead or alive?
Alive.
Passed out? Listen, I'm
Fine.
trying to find where the cross is.
Passed out is fine.
Alright. I can do that. I can promise you that.
He can't even handle a fight. Come on.
I mean, I'll
He
probably have
starts crying before you even hit them.
He'll just summon animals. He'll make a tree grow in my face.
He'll still be upset. You... We can take a couple of hits and get back up. Aki's gonna think about that punch for centuries.
I did not mean to accidentally post Eldritch Blast. I was trying to close it.
Wow, Havelock, tell me how you really feel.
It's a mental threat to Aki. That's fine. I won't murder him.
Mm-hmm. Guess that's all I can ask for.
And you know, I tend not to go. I'm sorry, I read what Nate said. No, I tend to not go back on my word. Usually. Unless you double cross me.
Still. Mm-hmm. Are you okay?
I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna go kill something. Don't know what it is. It will not be Aki. I'm gonna kill something in the forest. And
Mhm.
then I'll be back.
Okay. Do what you need to do.
Actually, just to spite Aki, after my nap, maybe I'll kill all of the bugs within our radius. He won't get to be a voyeur to the cockroaches today.
What?
He didn't tell you that?
What are you on about?
When he and I were on watch together, he had mentioned how he was watching the cockroaches fucking.
She inhales, like, as if to say something, and then she just kind of stops. Like, what the fuck?
Right? He was getting on me about killing all the bugs in the area. I don't want to deal with the fucking bug. Apparently he wants to deal with the fucking bugs, you know?
Mev slowly covers her mouth.
He really should have told you that before you two decided to be,
We're kind of an item. You're fucking with me.
I am not fucking with you. There's a lot of things I will fuck with you with. I will fuck with you mostly about the sea life. Because I know you know that's my area of expertise. I don't know shit about the bug. I don't even know what a cockroach looks like half the time. But he told me he watches them.
This is a case of Aki saying something fucking dumb, isn't it?
I wouldn't say so.
Great, now I have to ask this guy if he likes to watch cockroaches fuck. She fucking shakes her head and gets up. Fuck. What the... I hope that this is a case of Aki putting his foot in his mouth.
No idea.
Fucking Havelock's such a shit, because he does know. I remember that conversation. Fucking. Alright. I'm going to go back to camp. I assume you're going to go kill something.
I'm not killing nothing until I take a nap. Stay and take a nap with me in the forest?
At least go back to camp and do it.
That's boring.
It's safer.
Who cares about the safer? It's you and me. We can kill anything. Including the mood of some cockroaches.
Oh my god. I'm leaving.
Wait. Havelock scrambles up, pulling her into a hug again.
You're so affectionate today.
I missed you.
Yeah, well, maybe you should talk to me sooner.
Maybe I should stop being a dick. But you know that's not gonna happen.
Maybe you should stop being a little bitch.
Oh, the only little bitch here is you.
Really? Because I'm seeing a pretty small one in front of me.
Just because I don't have the hips that you do, ma'am.
She grins. Don't got the tits either.
You better fucking run because I'm gonna tackle you.
Woo!
5.
She
4.
immediately blinks in the direction of camp.
Havelock's
She's
gonna
gonna take off
sprint.
running.
Yeah, I'm guessing Aki hears this.
Yep.
And I guess hearing Mevela sort of shriek and suddenly teleport back in camp, he sort of springs back and goes, "What is it? What's wrong?"
That's a 19 strength for a tackle.
Oh my god. Fucking. What is that? An athletics check for me?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Well, wouldn't that be negated by the what's it called? By the blank?
Oh my god. You fucking slam into Mev. Both of you go tumbling.
Laughing, Havelock's gonna start tickling the fuck out of her sides. The fuck did you say about my tits?
I said you had none.
I'm gonna fucking steal yours. Bonded by life. Which one do you value most, lefty or righty?
She immediately covers her chest. No, I love them both equally.
Too bad. I'm taking one.
Aki will walk over and just go, "What in all the heavenly host is happening?"
Get the fuck out of here.
Mev fucking grins up at Aki. I called Havelock a little bitch with no tits.
Well, I mean, the absence of tits is obvious, but the bitch thing is up to conjecture, isn't it?
She grins at Havelock. I don't know, is it conjecture?
What the fuck does that mean?
It's people can have multiple opinions on something.
It's an opinion.
His opinion. He can shove it up his ass for all I care. Havelock has not stopped assaulting you with tickles, by the way.
Yeah, Mev has been trying to catch your hands. Fucking, I don't know what that would be though.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand versus dex.
I'm bad at both of those. All right.
So, and Aki says,
Oh, my dex.
Oh.
Okay. Either way.
Aki
Either
says,
fucking way.
Aki says to Mevela, would you like for him to stop, Mevela?
She lets it go on for like another minute, and then she kind of pushes Havelock's hands off. All right. I yield.
All right. He does a little forehead flick. Watch your tits.
What? Are you going to fucking boob shark me?
He pauses. He grins. He chomps.
Oh my god!
What does he
Yeah.
chomp?
Oh my god.
A gentle chomp, mind you.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's-
Mev immediately yelps and like pulls your head.
Ah!
No, no, no.
You suggested it.
Not what I meant.
Don't give your enemies ideas, Mev. We've gone over this before.
Yeah, she fucking immediately like hold on. Let's see her strength on this.
Yeah, Aki
Oh
does
my
say
God.
like, yeah, Aki does say,
She tries to push you
oh.
off.
yeah, Aki says, all right, you two. If you wish to cavort, please do not do it in a public forum.
I tried to tell her we'll just stay in the forest for a bit, but no, go back to camp, she says. It'll be
It's
great, she said.
safer.
Yeah,
It is
so-
safer, but you forget that Mevelair has a literal tent. If you want to do this,
Call from the god.
Fucking.
Mev. Are we sharing the tent again?
She pauses and looks at Aki like, what the fuck does this mean? Like, what are you suggesting?
well, I mean, I don't fucking know. Is this leading somewhere? Is this what people call? Is this foreplay? Is this? Have you guys made up to that degree that you're now making out? What's happening?
Oh
I
my
mean,
god.
I in my mouth like 2
She
seconds ago.
shoves Havelock's head. He knows
Knows what?
us.
What about us?
Mev drops her head to the floor, just like in defeat.
Oh! Wait, why did you tell him?
That's what we talked about.
We did, but I thought you were going to tell him in like, I don't know, a couple of weeks, a month maybe. Once the bloodlust has faded from Havelock's eyes.
You wanted to rip the band-aid off. I've ripped the band-aid off.
No, I agree to compromise and give
This
it
was
time.
compromise.
Give it time for the dust to settle, Mevelair.
So, wait. Havelock just kind of gently maneuvers Mev's chin so she's looking at him. He's stepping out of line.
That is not a step out of line.
Wait a month or a couple of weeks until the bloodlust is gone from his eyes. What kind of fucking shit is this? Then I'd say.
Can I roll insight on Havelock to see if I can tell if he still wants to kill me?
Fucking.
You can if you want to.
Do you still want
Oh
what? Do you
my
still want
God.
me dead?
He's half and half, but you can see he's holding back because of Mev.
Oh, okay.
Not just because he's like literally on top of Mev, but you know.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's being dramatic. Okay, he's a very dramatic person.
Do you think he'd be less dramatic without a tongue?
She swats at Havelock. Leave him alone.
At that comment, Aki does go white and starts to start backing away.
She huffs and looks back at Aki. He's not going to hurt you. You need to stop acting like he's going to.
Even when you turn your back.
I didn't kill you
She-
today. But you know, if you keep poking a dog, it's gonna bite you. And he just kind of growls.
Right. Remember what I told you about having a bit of trust?
Yes.
That's what I'm doing.
Right. Alright, fine. Yes, have a look. And I suppose everyone. Yes, Mevler and I are a thing, essentially. We don't know quite what it is, it's just that we've rather fallen romantically for each other, and we're going to see where it leads. I was hoping that this revelation wouldn't lead to any division or further division, but I suppose it's another fracture to add to another fractious day. But it's now it's out in the open.
If you have any comments, questions, concerns,
Yes, anything
if Havelock will let her, she sits up.
anything you'd like to broach to the council?
Havelock just let her sit up.
Oh, we're at the council now, are we?
Look, a council of two is a council.
She rubs her chest where Havelock bit.
Aki does say, are you all right? They look
I'm
hard.
fine.
Okay.
It really wasn't. I've had worse. Yeah. Mev looks at Kinley.
It's been on a simmer for a while, but it's only been officially happening since last night, I think. Or the night before. No, it was the night before.
Doesn't want to keep people in the dark. So, I told Havelock because Havelock was the deepest concern. And since Havelock's taking it pretty well, now we can tell you guys.
Well, what about from his own voice? Havelock, how does it hit your ears, these news?
He looks up at Aki and just gives him a glare. I've made a deal with Mev. I'm gonna take a nap while Kindling finishes the food, and then I'm gonna go kill something.
He's taking it well.
That's well?
I think that's pretty fucking spectacular.
The only way he can process it is through murder?
It's Havelock.
I suppose. Havelock's Havelock.
You know, you
Right.
should really try it sometime. Watching something die really helps you understand things.
Havelock, could you do me a favor at least?
Debatable, what is it?
Could you make sure that if you do end up killing something, it's something that deserves it?
No promises, not to you. You're a fucking asshole. Nap time.
Oh my god.
And like Aki tries to say something, but he's gone before he can.
Yeah, Mev is sitting on the ground. She puts a hand on her head.
And Aki just says to her, "Well, that went a certain way."
I think it went the best it could.
True.
She
Today of all days had to happen when me and Havelock are fractious, and there was already considerable cause for disagreement.
If he was going to react poorly, what better time?
So when he's already in a furore about me.
Yep.
I'm sure I quite follow the logic, but I can. Sure.
If he isn't going to kill you now, he won't kill you any other time.
So essentially, it's better to. So it's better to poke the bear and then slap it in the face than wait a couple days.
That's kind of how I assessed it.
All right. You know the boy better than I do. I'll defer to your judgment. But anyway, so
Yes.
what's the plan then?
Mev looks to the rest of the group.
Yeah, Aki will sort of turn around as well. Well, I hope this doesn't change matters or do anything of the sort.
And I'm happy for you. You know.
Well, thank you, Fur.
I mean,
The well wishes are warmly received. Thank you.
it seemed like it was going that way after she wrote the.
Mev glares at Kurz.
No. Curse, continue your statement. What did she? What, Mevler? Is there something you wish to press up on?
She. Yeah, I'll roll intimidation.
Who's that too?
Kurz, there's a frightening look in her eyes.
Dragons are considered the most fearful creatures in all of Karmora. Many are struck with their sheer presence in fear. Kurz is realizing what it's like being on the receiving end of that. She told me her thoughts a few days ago.
Alright,
I did.
I suppose it's a nice thing she had a confidant and a second of opinion in that case. So I thank you, Kaz.
He is avoiding all eye contact with Mev at the moment.
She stands up. Mind you, during that conversation, I didn't exactly think it was going to go in this direction.
Well, it's funny how things work out, isn't it?
She looks up at Aki, her scary expression just kind of softening. Yes, funny.
Yeah, and Aki says, come on, you getting onto your feet, and he holds a hand up. He holds a hand out.
Yeah, she will take it.
Alright. Yes, it's a warm, firm hand, and he pulls you up and says, pulls you close, and says, Artemi is glad this is over with.
You wanted it done? I got it done.
Well, yes, but I didn't think it'd be this expressly done. It didn't have to be.
She smiles. Shows you how efficient I am.
So, I suppose this does help something, actually, and maybe works in my favor.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think your tent could potentially house another denizen?
She actually looks a little surprised, and then her grin just grows.
Well, I'm sorry, it gets cold, and it can get cold and drafty, and I miss having the creature comforts of four walls surrounding me.
You could have bought the tent at any other time.
Well, yes, but all other tents in the world don't exactly have quite the thing I'm looking for, is it?
I definitely have room for another person.
Delightful. I hope you don't snore.
I drool.
Well, good thing I can make that disappear. What a useless way of using destroy water, by the way.
It's just like, ooh, my girlfriend's drooling on me, spell slot.
I it's part of the reason I quickened things with Havelock.
What was?
Havelock and I have been intimate before.
I, from our conversations, I assume so. With the way that you discussed physical intimacy, it made sense.
Traditionally, we share a tent and we do things in that tent.
Right.
So I wanted to kind of clear the air and not give anyone any sort of expectations.
Right. To be frank, Neville, I didn't assume there were.
I mean, she, her face kind of reddens. I mean, I didn't want him to expect that from me anymore.
What, expect that? Where to so expect him to join you in your tent on the occasion?
To be intimate.
Right.
I also didn't want you getting the wrong idea.
Don't worry. From what I know, I think perchance our intimacy might be different from other people's.
I expect that. I was worried about you thinking
What?
I'm saying... Why is this
What
so
with it?
difficult for me?
We can go somewhere private if you wish. And take it slow. Collect your words.
She shakes her head. I'm saying that I'm singular. I'm... Shop's closed.
Oh. Right. Even in the case of... If there are certain provisions and services that I don't sell, you won't be too forlorn in sort of that being withheld.
Anything that happens is strictly between us now. Whether anything happens or not.
Right. Okay, I just don't want you to be is deprived, I suppose.
I'm definitely not going to be deprived of anything.
All right. Okay, if you say so.
I do.
Right. Well, then I should probably start moving in then, shouldn't I? Besides, I suppose I could have a go. I maybe could think of some creature comforts I could add to it, make it more of a tent into a home, essentially.
If you want to, we're going to have to move it around, so it has to be something mobile.
I know. Well, I wasn't exactly thinking of changing the tent, more just like, I don't know, a rug here, a stand-up, fold-away mirror on an easel or something. Maybe
cushier bedroll, or
You're ridiculous.
I don't know, Mavla. I'm just trying to make things as comfy and amenable as possible. I'm trying to, bring. I need to learn when to stop talking, don't I?
Oh, yes.
Right.
If there's anything we've learned today, it's that you to learn to stop.
I mean, in my defense, I stopped myself there, didn't I? But then here I go, starting up again. Oh dear. I guess something I do need to work on, isn't it? Oh well,
Better
small
late
stuff.
than never.
Oh well. Right, I'll should we have a spot of dinner then?
Oh, please.
Yes, you're probably famished where you've been.
I've been worlds away.
I can only imagine. And Aki will start walking towards the campfire into the pot of food.
Though that doesn't make something occur to Mev, like as she's getting food. Why did you say Quarry is a dead language?
Because very few people I knew of spoke it. I know it only in passing as a language that was much more common now, back a few aeons ago, but was only a handful of people spoke it in the disparate corners of the world.
She
I
raises a brow.
I don't know if perhaps in Naza we got the wrong end of the stick there, but that's what I was led to believe.
It's my mother tongue.
Really?
She
Not-
nods.
Not common or Arizarian or some other form of or Elvish.
Nope. Quarry is my native language.
Astounding. You know, you must teach me a few words sometime. I have no idea what you were saying, but
I'm kind
Well,
of surprised that you don't know it. Aren't you supposed to be like a dream druid?
I don't know it. No, most of the Dream Druid things occurred with the Somni tended to be more. There are certain skills that they had lost to time, and sadly, working on the quarry was one of them. My tribe, the Somni, were really essentially glorified philosophers and sophists, advisors, really, more than proper druids as in the old stories.
She thinks about it. It's just surprising. Dream druid not knowing the language of dreams.
In dreams, we mainly use the language. We mainly conversing with people in common in dreams. Or if we had dealings with the Feywilds, some of us knew Sylvan and...
I love how it's not occurring to Aki.
What? Actually, yeah, I think it's going to go, wait a minute. If you do not dream, how do you know the dream language?
She stares at him. I don't know. She shrugs.
Should we find out one day, do you reckon?
I think we're going to. But I really don't have an answer. It's just my native language.
You really do become more intriguing by the day, Mavila.
A constant question.
So, but yes, my question still stands. If you could possibly teach me a few words. I think I don't know if you were aware, but while you were on your expedition, you whispered in what I surmised was quarry, and it had a rather beautiful cadence and lilt to it. It was rather like birdsong. It was quite pleasing.
Well, yeah, I could teach you. I mean, I taught kindling a couple sweaters.
Wait, you taught Killing to swear in the dream language?
She grins. I also taught them how to say hello and goodbye.
Oh well. Thank the stars you taught him decency then. I didn't know you could swear in dreams. Are you kidding me?
She fucking starts to speak, and it is this very beautiful, ethereal whisper.
You almost see Aki's eyes like light up at hearing it.
And even though you can interpret kind of what she's saying, she's probably swearing at you.
I can only imagine it being like wait, so it's sort of like there's like ethereal whispering.
Yeah, it is this beautiful song almost.
But there's kind of like a nastiness behind it, or like a derision-y kind of jokiness to it.
Not really.
So how can I tell it's swearing then?
Because you were talking about teaching kindling how to swear.
Oh, okay, and Aki says,
and she's doing that as an example. So even though it is swearing, it is lovely.
yeah. Aki says, "That's enough to send a raging bull into a deep sleep." What did you say?
I said that there's always a reason to learn fuck in any language.
Okay, so what's just the word for fuck then?
She grins.
I'll start there.
Fuck. Vac. She starts to say it in like a more common way, like a way that your tongue could do it.
Okay, so the Anakis goes, vac.
Vac.
Vac. Vac. Vac.
She grins.
Vac. Is that right? I feel foolish. It's like I'm having to make my jaw like move like a hatch. Is it like vac? Is that right?
She laughs. It's because of your accent.
Well, okay, not all of us have dulcet tones like well wishes upon the breeze, Mevelair. Some of us have to make do with this gruffness, okay?
She thinks, and then she switches back to the lilt, but there is something darker about it, almost like not quite right.
Almost like discordant in a way, if it's like a bit musical.
Yes. Like
Okay.
while there was harmony in her past sentence, there is discord.
Yeah, and
in
Aki
this
kind of
one.
and it sort of hits Aki's a bit sour, and it goes, what did that mean?
I can be guttural too. Quarry has kind of two accents.
Right.
She
Like one for dreams and one for nightmares, or
She nods.
Interesting. But wait, that doesn't sound like me. Does that mean I'll be more predisposed to the nightmare speech? Doesn't seem like me.
Of course not. It's just an example of what you could hear or sound like.
All right.
I don't think that you guys can really talk without an accent.
Well, can anyone really? Doesn't everyone have their own accent? It's just the part and parcel of having a voice.
You know what I mean.
I suppose, yes.
Honestly, it's probably why my accent's so thick.
What, because of Quarry?
If that's my native language and it's a dead language that exists apparently for another plane, she
Plane that you can't have.
shrugs. It means that I can't speak common the way that you can.
Interesting.
My mouth isn't built for it.
Strange. Right. It's like when I was a child, I used to speak with a terrible slur as well, like common wasn't Nazi and common wasn't quite how I was designed, if that makes sense either.
No, I understand. I used to talk with a really bad lisp.
Yes. Yeah, so like if I try to talk a bit more normally and less refined, it's a bit more sort of sloppy and a bit more kind of than it really should be, you know? It's
Mev watches you do this, and her face is just so warm. That's so cute.
no, it's not cute. I mean,
It is.
I sound like a sloppy gullion, like the town drunk tottering from gutter to gutter.
You sound nice and gravelly.
I sound like someone who would. I sound like someone who would live in the woods and people would make bedtime stories about.
She
No, I
just
prefer
smiles.
I prefer my voice like this. I at least have some kind of clarity and dignity when I speak like this.
What about my accent?
Well, I think it's beautiful. Like everything about you.
I think it's silly. I think people don't take me very seriously.
And I think you sometimes use that to your advantage.
She grins at him like she's
Like she's what?
made her point.
I suppose. Well, like, for instance, I think I remember when I first met you, and in that tavern in tow, I assumed you were much younger than you were. I suppose that must have been your way of establishing a status quo where I would underestimate.
It does make people more trusting.
Well, I suppose you did punch through the defenses, didn't you? So it worked. But if it, you know what, if it makes you happy, I think I will. I don't know if I feel comfortable doing it around other people, but I maybe could take less of a mind on the enunciation.
You could whisper to me in our tent.
Well, the only problem is that I don't know how enjoyable just hearing someone go next to you is.
That is not at all what it sounded like.
Well, when was the last time you had your ears inspected for wax buildup?
Are you saying I'm unclean?
No, I'm saying that you're hard of hearing.
Rude! You're being so mean today.
I'm sorry. It's been a long day.
I'm teasing you.
No, I'm trying not to be the bastard of the group, essentially.
You're going to be fine.
When?
Well, you're fine with me, and Havelock might take some time, but you're going to get through it.
You have no need to tell me this, but when the bomb when he was first, when the first hammer blow of the truth hit, how was he?
Felt like I could hear his jaw crack.
Oh,
He hit it pretty well.
apart from his jaw.
His tone was not very good. And I kept asking him how he felt, and that answered a lot of questions too when he wouldn't answer me.
And so, when he said he felt, did he say he felt fine and was taking it well?
He said that he was happy for me.
Did you believe him?
I think he is. May not be happy for you, but I think he's happy for me.
I imagine Lucius will be close to his side and with his hand never too far away. I guess in case I do something that causes his never-ending wrath to be unleashed.
We did make a deal that if you act like that again, he has full rights to beat the shit out of you.
And you agree to that? Was it your idea, Mevela?
No, it was not my idea. I even had to talk him down from murdering you. This was the compromise.
Wait, do you want to
But-
be dead?
Yeah, she nods. I agreed.
I simply had a disagreement with him. There's no need for bloodshed or...
Havelock immediately goes to bloodshed. It isn't just about you.
Well, he shouldn't do that to anybody.
Yes, well, I kind of think that you need to be put in your place too.
Oh, sorry, I didn't get that.
That's because she was muttering. I kind of think that, you need to be put in your place too.
I agree. I did snap and was unreasonable and let myself get away from myself.
If it gets that bad, I don't mind if Havelock, does it.
Yes, but you'd rather not have one of your closest confidants kill your new partner, would you?
Of course not, and he's not going to kill you.
Well,
Besides, I get to play nurse after.
oh god, it's both terrifying and, I mean, slightly intriguing.
Scared I'll be a bad nurse?
I mean, I thought I was the main medical person here. I don't think I've ever seen you tend to wounds or anything like that. I don't know how good you are at it. I imagine you'll probably be very, very careful and tender with me, but Still.
Mev bites her cheek. It looks like she's remembering something.
Oh, by the way, you forget the player is also an idiot. Has never actually done like a Healy thing before.
No, you've not seen her
Okay.
do like a heal.
And
It
wait,
looks like there's some sort of recognition on her face, though.
wait, Aki says, wait, hold on. Me in bed, you looking after me, me being in a position of almost sort of fealty independence. By the stars, my brother, that's not a sex thing, is it?
No. Though I bet there's a really good erotica about that.
Oh yes, I remember you enjoying those.
No,
Hold on.
I just...
The salty literary, the sort of the bodice rippers, the sort of ones that get sort of people hot under the collar.
Yes. I'm fond of those. That's not what this is about. I just thought it would be cute. I'm just remembering the last time I had to suture someone, and it didn't go very well.
Have you had a suture? Did it end up dropping off and going black?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Hmm.
I made it worse. I made it so much worse. Malbren was trying to teach me how to do it, and I'm very bad at it, okay? I don't have the hands for it. I may have stabbed them a couple of times on accident.
I take it that was the ship's doctor.
Yes. Malbren is a surgeon.
Melbourne.
Malbren.
Melbourne.
Yes.
Melbourne. Okay.
She's a Simic, you know.
Another one.
She nuts.
I didn't realise they'd been flung so further afield.
She isn't a crab like the person that we met. She's a spider.
Oh. No. There's something unsettling about that.
I thought it was quite fun. She's very talented.
Yes, but 8 creepy crawly hairy arms? Seems more gives you the heebie-jeebies, I suppose.
She'll like that.
What, she likes her patients unnerved?
She nods.
Yeah, no wonder you got along with her.
I drove her a little nuts with how bad I was.
Well, I suppose no one's perfect, but still, I think you'd have an excellent bedside manner.
She, you see the glint in her eyes where she wants to say something inappropriate, but she doesn't.
Yeah, Aki just spot that and just goes, once again, Mevele, you can just say it. I'm not going to stop you or be appalled or ashamed or clutch every single pearl I own.
I was just thinking, you could get real familiar with my bedside manner.
Well, I suppose we probably should do, yes. I mean, we're probably going to be just like talking lots together and hanging out and enjoying each other's company in our bedrooms and solas and personal spaces.
You can hear like the slight squeal of Mev as she bites her lip.
Wait, doesn't that sort of thing usually happen in the bed, not beside it?
I mean, it can really happen whatever we like.
What about tumbling over the side of a cliff?
That would be a way to die.
No, I
She
probably
thinks about it.
I think of the most absurdest place. I didn't want to insinuate that. Essentially, that we'd want to kill ourselves. I was just trying to think of somewhere silly. I'm sorry.
I no, I guess not tumbling off the side of a cliff, but anywhere that we so choose.
All right, we'll have to make a short list then, I suppose.
She has just been like picking at her food, not touching it through this whole conversation.
Yeah, I'm guessing we're having this increasingly slightly raunchy conversation just at the campfire with everyone else there.
Fur and Cursor
Yeah,
are just sort of just staring at you both. Like, you can just see like some food that's just sort of like just clinging onto Cursor's jaw as they're just staring at this.
Aki hasn't really touched his food either because he's been talking too much. But he does sort of just go, you know what, Mevela, I've just remembered something.
Mm?
There are other people here.
Yeah, you think?
She immediately she sets her food down and starts just squawking with laughter.
So, how's everyone's day been?
I'm sorry.
You know, almost died, but got better.
Capital, there you go. It had ups and downs.
Yeah, I was just.
And you're here today, and we're all richer for it.
Yeah, and I was just thinking how you guys were talking about languages and such.
Oh yes. The food's lovely, by the way. And Aki takes his first spoonful.
It's already gone a bit cold.
And he goes, "What?"
It's already gone a bit cold.
It's a bit cold, and I'm guessing it's just like the same kind of like rationy stew we've had for ages.
Yeah, a little bit.
And that goes like, lovely, thank you. Also, sorry, I haven't really been reading the messages, but like, to be fair, every session is Aki's all right, fine session. He always says that.
So,
I always say that. Yeah, fine.
So how are the watches going for tonight then?
Don't know.
Mev, like, makes a popping sound with her lips. We could draw straws.
Like, on who goes with who?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've never done that before, have we?
Not really, no. It's normally...
Well, fuck. Aki goes first, Kinling goes second, and Havelock goes third. So,
Okay,
really...
practically, how are we going to do this in game? Everyone rolls
We're
d20.
talking about it right now.
Okay. No, but I'm thinking. Okay, it's like, does everyone roll a d20, and then the two that are closest together, they go together?
Well, you guys are completely stagnant. So I guess if you guys rolled a d20 and then whoever we were closest to, but we're talking right now.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I mean, if you have someone in mind that you want to go to, Fodder.
Oh no, I was just wondering, given, you know, if this means like you two would always want to be on watch together, or if it's just the same thing. You know, just the same as normal, where like.
Well, Mev touches her cheek, like feeling the heat from it. It looks like she's about to explain something. Perhaps, you know, about the fact that she and Aki, probably can't be trusted alone. But she doesn't say anything anything. If Kindling, does Kindling say that? Okay.
I'll tell you what we could do.
Hmm.
How about, Kindling Havelock, Aki Kurz, Medfer.
You want to do that?
Yeah, I think that'll go for good conversations next session.
Present it in game.
Okay.
Talk.
Aki. Okay, all right. I'm working overtime here. Yeah, Aki says, all right. How about this arrangement? First up, as just for a change of scenery, we're gonna have Kindling and Havelock, the two boys, stay together. They can maybe think about different ways of expanding the culinary arts into knolls. Then Kurz and I haven't had, frankly, I haven't had quite the chance to properly converse with our Draconid friend, and he seems to be...
He wants to know all of those secrets.
And he seems to be quite the conversationalist. And then that leaves Mevelair and Fur for the last watch. What say you all?
Sure.
Mixture of bare acceptance and apathy?
She
I'll take it.
She looks at Aki. What do you want to talk to Kurz about?
What he thinks those weird blinking white bits in the sky are. And Aki smiles.
She looks at Kurz.
He looks at you for a few seconds before just nervously looking away.
I'm sure you two will have a great time together.
Aki just sort of say, like, Mevelair, please, what did you get out of scaring him?
Isn't it kind of fun to scare
scare
something mightier than you?
Yes, but you forget that in a couple of years, if he holds a grudge, you will be burned in dragonfire.
Oh, please, Kurz loves me.
Yeah, right now, but don't push your luck, Mevelair.
Isn't that right, Kurz?
What does Kurz look like?
He's avoiding eye contact.
He doesn't seem that open, Mevelair.
He's fine. I just made him a little nervous today.
He's acting like a cow dog. He's being told off for chewing his master's shoes.
She shrugs. He'll be fine.
Kaz is hearing all of this, he's just choosing not to react.
Don't worry. I might be able to figure out ways of helping Kurz deal with your ferocity.
I'll be
Deal
fine.
with the mean, fiery-haired lady.
Unironically, yes. I hacked it, and by Jove, I've ended up shacking up with her.
I wonder how that happened.
You must have hexed me with some foul magic to bewitch my mind, clearly.
Oh no, we're going back to this theory.
I am quite proficient in messing with people's heads.
I know. I mean, it's
I
kind
can confirm. Fucking Mev grins at Kindling.
chances are, I don't know what the range on your abilities are, but I can almost imagine you asking me questions in my mind while I'm sat there with Kurz. keep an eye on both of us.
I could do that.
Please don't. I like privacy, and I don't like the idea, and I personally get a bit nervous about the idea of someone who can literally be inside my mind 24/7.
Hey, I told you all that I don't like going into people's heads, and you guys were like, okay, Mevalair, you know, it's fine. I'm not going to be mad at you. Now you guys are talking about privacy. I told you. I told you.
All right, just got to make sure you keep that promise.
I've been tempering myself all my life. I don't want to be in people's heads.
Okay, okay. I'm sorry if I was laying into you a bit there, Mevalair. I'm sorry.
Hey, I can take a bit of rising.
All right, fair enough. I mean, to be fair, it's quite easy, I suppose. All you have to do, if you think I'm annoyed at you, all you have to do is just open up a port bay window and in my skull and realize that all I'm thinking about is us skipping through a flowery meadow or something.
I'm thinking about you on your back.
Am I all right? What's happened? And right?
Mev.
No, you were talking about I was talking about your nursing fantasies earlier. Am I all right?
You audibly hear first sigh.
Mev does not answer you.
All right, then keep your secrets.
This is something that Mev has, that Aki has said to Mev like so many times. Keep your secrets.
I mean, I am literally just quoting Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, and so in that case, the two lovebirds probably continue chattering on for a bit until the watch begins.
Yeah.
Till they beg for them to stop.
Well, Ver heads to her shelter and just goes to sleep, leaving Kurz and I assume kindling there, and have luck when he eventually gets back. Alrighty, so given we've gone over quite a bit,
Session.
Do we want to stop?
I mean,
I buy like the narrowest of margins have like 15 minutes.
yeah, that's the thing.
Alright.
So yeah, as I know you enjoyed the session, but we'll do the rolls next session. Just in case there's any conversation to be had during the rests.
Fast forward.
So, as you prepare for your watch, that's where we're going to call it for this session.
Ooh, soap opera.